Today I want to talk about the Powerpuff Girls movie, a film which didn't get a lot of attention when it first came out in 2002, but has since then gained a sizable cult following. But before we get into that, I might as well talk about the original series the movie is based on. Of course, I'm old enough to remember when the Powerpuff Girls started out as shorts on a Cartoon Network pilot showcase, World Premiere Toons, aka What a Cartoon. And I was there when the actual show debuted in 1998. Which quickly became a phenomenon. Kids loved it, adults loved it, and there was merchandising everywhere you went. Toys, books, video games, even sea watches. Remember those?
Powerpuff time is 3 p.m. Yes, ma'am. What? We'll be right there. Girls, move out. We can handle this.
Animated Powerpuff Girl sea watches for the girl on the move.
Even other studios tried to copy its success. Naturally, a Powerpuff Girls movie would be in development in 2001. But not a TV movie like Dexter's Lab Eagle Trip, a full-length theatrical feature, to be directed by series creator Craig McCracken, written by McCracken and series regulars Lauren Faust, Don Shank, Charlie Bean, and Paul Rudish, and made at the then-new Cartoon Network Studios. The movie came out around the time theatrical films based on cartoon shows were beginning to make a comeback, thanks to the Rugrats movie in 1998. These films usually had more grander plots and a bigger animation budget than what you would usually see on television. You had your Recess Schools Out, your Doug's First Movie, your Pokemon movies, your South Park movie, even movies based on shows that weren't all that popular, like Teacher's Pet. As common as these were, they were also partially responsible for killing 2D theatrical animation. For more info on that, check out Rebel Taxi's video on the subject. The plot is an origin story of how the girls came to be. We follow Professor Utonium, who was saddened by all the crime in Townsville. Utonium decides to do something about it by creating the perfect child using sugar, spice, and everything nice, as one does. But a splash of chemical X causes an explosion, which will result in the creation of 3 girls, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, who have special powers. The explosion also seems to affect the professor's pet monkey, Jojo, who caused the accident. The professor and the girls become one big happy family. The girls even go to kindergarten, but a game of tag causes destruction of Townsville, angering its citizens, and especially the mayor. They're ostracized from the town and are forbidden to use their powers, which is great news to the professor's monkey, now called Mojo Jojo, who is now a hobo. After saving the girls, he befriends them. Little do they know, he's manipulating them to carry out his evil plan to take over Townsville, and possibly the world. The movie is a lot of fun, and while the action sequences are fantastic, what holds up well in my opinion are the character moments, particularly the relationship between the professor and the Powerpuff Girls. The girls, while not the most complex characters, are pretty likable and you feel for them when the whole town hates them. They don't know any better, they were created a few days ago. And you feel for the professor too. Here's a guy that just wanted to help the town and created superpowered girls who are a handful, but he grows to love them like a family. The scene where he pleads to be let out of jail just to get to his girls is really heartbreaking, especially with Tom King delivering one heck of a good performance. Even Mojo, while clearly the bad guy, you can feel where he's coming from too. One thing you might have noticed is the animation is given a huge upgrade. This is the first time to use digital ink and paint, which gives a more brighter and cleaner look. Even the designs are given a makeover. It will be carried over to the final seasons of the original show. Characters like Mojo and the Gangrene Gang have a more sharper look to them. And on top of that, they gave the professor new eyes, which personally I was never a fan of. There are many shots in this I just love. I want to frame them and hang them in my apartment. I love the speed of the animation during the action and fighting scenes, like the tag sequence, even if it does go on a bit too long. You might also say the fast-paced action in the film would be the blueprint of something like the Spider-Verse movies decades later. The final battle is my favorite part of the film, especially with the colors and lighting, complementing the action. And I always get a chuckle out of the scene where Mojo's minions plan to take over themselves, with Mojo providing some snide remarks.
And if you don't like it, you can sniff my Babu Bot bombs!
Oh, that's classy.
So you might be thinking, this movie has everything a Powerpuff Girls fan would want. The characters you know and love, great animation, rocket score. Why did it bomb? Well, there's a reason. Several, in fact. The critics gave the film positive reviews, though many had issues with the violence. This came out a year after 9/11 and it didn't seem appropriate. But when you look at the box office when it really matters, it flopped. Like many animated films released by Warner Brothers, the marketing was piss poor. Warner Brothers had a majority of their marketing spent on a live-action Scooby-Doo movie released a month earlier, and it was already a big hit. Competition didn't help either. It was released the same day as the much-anticipated sequel, Men in Black 2, and a little Bow Wow vehicle, Like Mike. Not to mention Disney's Lilo and Stitch will come out 2 weeks later, and everyone forgot about the Powerpuff Girls movie pretty quickly. Another reason for its failure, if I had to guess, is the darker tone, which I assume caught a lot of kids and parents off guard in its original release. But if there's anyone that put any effort in marketing the film, it was Cartoon Network. I remember the TV spots airing on the channel at the time. There was a marathon, Kids WB aired new episodes on their Saturday morning block. Even Space Ghost promoted the film.
Find out this Christmas.
The Powerpuff Girls movie. Only in theaters July 3rd. Rated PG.
I even remember that No Secrets music video, That's What Girls Do, which I'm not ashamed to admit I think is one hell of a bop. But it didn't matter. The film failed to make its budget back, and CN put the kibosh on future Cartoon Network theatrical films. It wouldn't be until 2018's Teen Titans Go to the movies that a film based on a Cartoon Network show would be released in the theaters, though that's more of a WB property than a Cartoon Network original. The Powerpuff Girls will continue for 2 more seasons, but Craig McCracken was out of the picture, as he was off working on Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Dexter and Powerpuff Girls storyboard artist Chris Savino was now the showrunner. This was around the time I lost interest in the show. Almost every episode was dull and unmemorable, but there were some I liked. The Christmas special was a lot of fun, and I loved the episode parodying Rocky and Bullwinkle. The show quietly ended its run in 2005 and would air in reruns, and celebrated its 10th anniversary with the manic and incredibly entertaining Powerpuff Girls Rule. The girls would reappear in revivals from time to time. There was an anime adaptation in 2006, the Dance Pants special in 2014, and a reboot in 2016, but neither of them are very good. There was a Riverdale-style live-action drama series that was in the works from the CW, but it's currently scrapped, and judging by that abysmal script that leaked, it's probably for the best. And as it is writing, there's going to be another animated reboot coming soon, this time with Craig McCracken returning. What's interesting is this show will be made by Hanna-Barbera Studios Europe. Seeing how the original shorts and the series was made at HB, it's going to be cool to see the girls go back to their roots, kinda. On the whole, I think the Powerpuff Girls movie is a lot of fun. It gets a lot of mixed reactions, and for good reason, but I think there's enough in here that works and justify a theatrical release. I recommend checking it out, especially if you're a fan. So what do you think of the movie? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, I'm 47 Cartoon Guy, and I gotta fly.
And so, for the very first time, the day is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. Hey, that's a good name for them.
If you'd like to support this series and many other videos, click the link below to our Patreon. You could get a special credit at the end of each video, and a shout out to your YouTube channel or blog, a commission by me, and now my $5 tier, in addition to early access and special credits, you can request a Hanna-Barbera special or movie for me to review as part of my fantastic legacy of Hanna-Barbera minisode series. A lot goes into the making of these videos, and your help can make production go smoother, in terms of me paying for software, research materials, etc. And as always, if you're not able to donate, you could help by liking, commenting, subscribing, and clicking the bell icon. I thank you, and I gotta fly. I'll catch you later.